Welcome to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Ragin' Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store for you today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ragin' Cajuns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Going for the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First down for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Nittany Lions will have it first and 10. The give to the left side. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on first and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Fires to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. The back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Pena. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got him downfield. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, after that completion on the quarterback, it'll be interesting to see if later in the game the offensive coordinator comes out and shows the defense the same look, but this time sends the receiver to the middle of the field. Might catch the defense off guard.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now on 2nd and short. Power football with the run. And the Raging Cajuns get it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. It doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Running back searching for a hole. At the 35, he's loose. He smashes his way through again. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Spits it out to the back. And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Buys a little extra time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Lets it go. Complete to the left. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
To the air on first down. Using the quick game. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Nittany Lions look to do some damage in the red zone. They're going to test the right side with this one. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State. Ready to try the point after.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it. The second down coming.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. There's a better play there by the defense.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Right on target this time. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Looking to throw for it. Got his man quickly. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Penn State 6, Louisiana 0.
The Raging Cajuns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll try to get it through the air. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the pass hits, picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. Fires to the right. It's caught. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Right down the middle. Takes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. Like, I can hear the trash talk right now. Like, wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks. Like, hey, defensive line, you want to get me some sacks? Or I guess I'll do it myself.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to get the first through the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The option look. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the 2nd half.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Louisiana, 0.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Here comes the offense on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They'll run the screen. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. And the Raging Cajuns in the hurry-up. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Grabbed in the middle. It's Pena. He's loose. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Louisiana. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over LSU. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That's now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've...
Running toward the tape. He's inside the 40. The 20. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. Here comes the offense on first down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Finds some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Finds his tight end. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to...
Looking deep down the right side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It's not the end of the world. Bear with me. There is nothing worse than watching wide receivers run those little under routes, and I throw the football, and I'm 10 yards short. You got to push the ball down the field if you're going to get the first down. And guess what? You threw an interception, so be it. You made the tackle, no big deal. It's kind of like a punt.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Now on second down.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. And offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Shakes off the defender. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Cajuns!
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense...
All kinds of running room. The 40. At the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. USC is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 24 over Michigan State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback going straight.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
That makes the score Penn State 42, Louisiana 14.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Trying play action. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. The Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10.
Of the 3rd quarter, with the score Penn State 42, Louisiana 14.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, but they've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Rides to the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Carry, it's the runner. He's down at the 36. We're on TV. Make some noise. It's 3rd down.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They'll try to get the corner here on the jet sweep. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Nittany Lions will try to pick it up on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because...
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Jukes his way for more. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room.
I love jet sweeps because it puts so much pressure on defenses with their eye discipline. It's really hard for these linebackers and DBs and defensive ends to locate a really fast receiver cutting across the formation. So
Touchdown, Penn State! And the pummeling has started. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Line gets set, first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And listen, when you've got a receiver like this who's so good off the line of scrimmage, you can run a fade route at any point of the field. It's not just down in the red zone. If he's pressed man, let him use his quickness, stab inside, get back to the boundary, and make a play.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He makes a catch. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Raging Cajun. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead of how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They were ready for the onside, and the ball's on the ground. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's back to throw on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. On target over the middle. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And the Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana!
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
2-point conversion attempt is on the way. They want to throw it. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Now, there have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
At the 16-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Give to the running back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A 3rd and long coming up here. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Gets it out fast. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Moving out of the pocket. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it. But at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it. And the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He's taking a deep shot. Fires into traffic, picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the ground with the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take